comments. Do we have anything?
Cassie, can you open the windows so we can see if there's any public there or not? Or do you have it open on the screen?
There's nobody, I can, but there's no one in there right now.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
come grab it. But you're no one but me.
Look for approval for the minutes.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chiefs report.
Okay, for the month of June, there was 13 reports. Nothing really earth shattering. Did assist the ambulance on a cardiac arrest that took place in the parking lot of the vet clinic. That was the first time that we were able to use our Lucas machine from the fire department.
Do good.
It did good, however, she didn't make it.
Oh,
Yes.
But it did prolong long enough that her family could come see her.
mhm.
So, but that machine was taxed to the maximum capability. So, but it did work like it was supposed to. Let's see, there was one fleeing and eluding. That individual had been identified. Facebook was my friend that day. And so I got numerous information as to who the driver was. So I made contact with him the next day and he got his ticket.
Is that the
So,
motorcycle driver?
yes.
I was gonna say, was it my brother speeding on Front Street?
No.
Did you get a call about that?
No, not that I know of.
There was two neighbors and me screaming at him. Anyway,
So,
surprised you didn't get.
no, but this is the same individual that's going to be serving approximately 12 months in the Shiawassee County Jail for drunk driving.
Oh, geez.
So
Nice.
that's where he'll be. 48 traffic stops. 16 tickets were issued, 13 for speed, one for driving suspended. So periodically you'll still snag somebody for suspended. 32 traffic warnings, 20 were for speed. Speaking of speed, shortly they'll be tearing apart Woodbury Road. So we will be camping out on Doyle Road
Oh, yeah.
to make sure that they can read all 10 speed limit signs that are about on that road. Because
Kind of a month.
they're pretty much posted every couple hundred feet. So if they don't see them, that's their problem.
Mhm.
There were 7 ordinance violation warnings, 5 for tall grass and 2 for fence conditions. And we're still working on who actually owns the fence. I think we're getting there. So, updated the city's DUNS number. We have what's called that Dun and Bradstreet government number that needed to be updated, along with our number, what's called sam.gov for federal grants. Apparently we were in their system. However, for the sam.gov, they didn't have any name for our municipalities. So that took some time. The US Postal Service still hasn't corrected our address. So we went with the address that the Postal Service has generated for us.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I got a good start too on that one, I'll tell you.
So we got that done. I did get the bulletproof vest grant in. The total cost before splitting it in half, to play half, was $27.44. So we'll have $1,372 come out of our budget for 4 of those vests. June 6th, we did the firearms training, and again, we did all the officers that were present qualified under the MCOL's requirements.
How did you find bullets?
I had stockpiled.
Okay.
I still have some stockpiled. So, and I've already ordered some last fall. So hopefully, once they get up and running, we'll get a few more. So my order's already in. Let's put it that way. And then we also did the required lean training that the state requires and the feds require every 2 years for the officers. I completed the class 3 operators course to calibrate PVTs. Because Officer Walker was the only one that was certified to do the PVTs. And since he only works a couple days a month, I did that training. With that training, then also the one PVT kept failing calibration. That was a 2010 model. They say most of the PVTs only last about 7 years. So I think we got our
yeah.
money's worth out of it. So
That's nice.
How often do you have to calibrate them?
once a month. Yeah. So, and then of course, June 12th, when we had our hailstorm, we actually, the whole fire department was basically in the Langsburg area because that's where we got hit the hardest. And I basically ran the command post and telling fire department where to go and what to do because we had trees down everywhere. One of our fire trucks sustained damage. They came up over a hill and there was a tree in the road, so it damaged the front of that. That's going to be about $3,500 to fix.
Wow.
That the fiberglass on it and stuff. So nobody hurt, but some more repairs for the fire department. Patrol car 13 did receive some minor hail damage. I'm not going to get that fixed because it's a 2013, and once we sell it,
I'm
we
gonna
sell
fix it
as
my own.
is.
I got a little thing to fix my own. Jim Judd
Yeah.
gave me a little tool.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been out in the driveway.
Popping them out. The security system from Simply Safe is in. I'm actually going to be working with DPW this week to get the cameras up and
Nice.
get the alarm on the back door of the amphitheater.
Nice.
So if anybody does try to kick that door in or anything, the alarm goes off.
Have we had any trouble in a while in there or no?
No, not that I know of.
Just the paint and the other stuff, not the
Yeah.
amphitheater area,
Oh.
the kids area.
Yeah.
Is that all covered now? Is it? I don't know. There was a lot of stuff
Oh, the
Oh,
painted up in
graffiti.
there.
Yeah, the graffiti's been painted over.
I know somebody said they were gonna go down and paint it, and so like, you're gonna do the same thing they're doing. He's like, except cover the words.
We
Yeah.
were really hopeful that they would let the DPW do that.
Yeah,
mean,
I
when that
was
stuff
hopeful
is on
to, but
Facebook,
yeah.
I try really hard not to.
I know, I was
But
like,
it's like, I really wish they would just, they notify the city, we'll take care of it, because we really don't need everybody just painting.
going down
Doing their
there and
own
spray
thing.
painting.
Right. It
Yeah,
is nice that they want to help. but
I was like, oh my God, is he really gonna go down there and paint that?
Right. And as you probably saw in the news, there's been a big thing, uptick in ransomware again. Especially where big companies or municipalities are held ransom, that they gotta pay basically the ransom to get their files open. So I contacted, Ron Kramer, who's with Michigan Network Consultants, who's our current IT person, along with Graycon Computer Company. They're the ones that do the fire department, to get us information specifically on security for the ransomware, how to not be a victim. Is our main server got the appropriate security? Is it backed up nightly? And current antiviruses, anti-spam, and that would be for the 7 computers that are all here in City Hall. And licensing and renewals and IT budget. So
This $6,065 a year price that I see here.
that was one company. We meet with Ron on Wednesday. Get some information from him.
I wouldn't
and-
even know where it's worth. I wouldn't know
No.
anything about it.
Right, so that's why we got it, get a couple companies or 3 companies to give us information on that. Because as a municipality, we'd be right for it, and hopefully our IT can block that.
Right.
I know when Board of Water and Light got hit, they never did say the specific amount that they had to pay, but they actually had to pay in Bitcoin.
Huh.
And because it's non-traceable,
Right.
and it cost them a ton of money. Specific amount, we don't know, but I know their records were locked for 2 or 3 weeks.
So it'd
at
be cheaper to
least.
have something like this than it would be to. You know,
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, it's,
In researching it, small municipalities, they'll set a ransom anywhere for $15,000 to $20,000. But usually we don't
That's a
have
half a
that
big
15
one,
to
but still,
20,000 to spend just to unlock our records. So,
That's crazy.
and there is a whole protocol, especially with our records reporting for the fire or for the police department, that if it did get hacked and they got into the police aspect side of it, then also MSP and then the FBI get involved with that aspect of it because of the police records.
Right.
But, they could tie up all the finance records and everything like that, so we're trying to be a little maybe proactive, especially since now that the hackers are being a little more progressive.
Ugh.
And that's basically all I had on that.
How many bids are we actually going to seek out for this?
We'll probably do 3. Like I said, Graycon is the one that does the fire department, so I contact them. Ron's coming in on Wednesday. I can also reach out to IT Right. They're the ones that do Victor Township. And see what kind of prices we get on there.
Cool.
And a lot of it, I don't speak computer speak.
Me either.
Hmm.
I don't know what half
So,
of those things
You
say.
know, I know, reference to the backups, the anti-spam. I learned, what the required patching is that when something's updated, they have to patch it and update it. So before I didn't even know what that was.
so this is worth its weight in gold for sure.
Is this going to be a hardware upgrade as well as
Especially if we don't
software?
understand it. It's like
Yeah,
just to say,
along with the licensing renewals and agreements and what those have to be. Is our server here that we have in the closet there, got the security that's supposed to have on it? I don't know. I'm not the
I'd be
professional.
curious if they do get through after we get the service, what then?
Well,
Yeah,
then
it's
the
just-
company would be
Liable.
liable for that because they're the ones that we're paying to make sure that the security is there.
they would.
Yeah. I know of one city that, police agency that was attempted to get hacked. It's east of here, actually west of here. And how they determined when they were getting hacked was an officer was on the computer and all of a sudden the mouse started moving on the directional finder on the computer.
Somebody took over their screen.
Yeah, so they
Jim does
were
that to us, but
able
it's
to
just
do
work
that.
on it.
Right.
He doesn't do it to.
So luckily, somebody was actually on the computer when they were getting hacked,
Ugh.
but it still took a while to get all the proper placements in place.
I wouldn't know if something was wrong. I
No,
don't go on computers enough. This is often. as I
Yeah, I
go on
wouldn't
it.
know what's a fair price, what's not a fair price. and I'm not even sure.
You
of
don't
all
need
the
a motion, you're
questions
just
to
doing
ask,
it,
but,
right?
you know,
You don't need any action from us. You're
No,
just doing
no.
it. Yeah.
so we're just
Information.
getting information
Yeah.
right now and see where we go with it from now. So nothing set in stone.
Better be proactive,
Yeah.
for sure.
Any other questions?
anything else? So if not,
You're on it.
motion to
Very good.
adjourn.
We'll adjourn.
Sure.
Sure.
Kill us, Cassie.
Dillis.
So yeah, you didn't get a call from my brother. So I thought.
What day was that on?
I don't know.
And you want him to go speak to you about it?
Today,
No, my brother is from Oklahoma and he was up here for
Friday.
a couple days.
we had a call Friday of a guy on a motorcycle speeding down Chatawassa Street.
No, it was on Front Street because my brother had his fancy car and he was
Oh.
taking me for a ride and he's like, and he hit a launch button. It scared the hell out of me. We turned around and I was like, get me out of this car. Like, I'm gonna need some PR on the street.
But I have no, so like even my roads, I mean, they're just driving stupid and they're flying and
I won't tell you how fast he got, but
they're just
there
being
was neighbors
stupid.
outside yelling at him.
Uh,
And I was, and my dad did.
I just every day, it's like more and more cars going by. I don't know why, what the rhyme or reason is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, oh, I mean, I sit on a couch, I'm just watching them. It's
It was
like,
the roofers.
They,
crazy.
when they go around the off Lang to Crum, when they do that turn,
Oh.
oh my God, everybody, every single person. Well, not every single, but good 70% of the people just floor it right there.
Just some unreal. I never seen anything like it. I don't know what the, deal is, but. And I'm sure that same down West Street, it's down all these
Yeah.
streets, they're just flying.
Well, and the kids on the side by sides with
Yeah.
kids hanging out.
Yeah,
both
too.
sides of it, and-
The golf cart with the real young kids on it, it's like,
Yeah.
this is awesome. Hope nothing bad
And you
happens.
get the other guy that's commenting and, there's no excuse for not having a police officer around 24/7. It's like, you know what the budget would have to
Yeah.
be?
Oh, yeah, it'd be astronomical.
Oh, question on that one. So was there any officers on duty working 4th of July weekend?
Nope,
I think so.
no, I was around because I was also doing the fire department, but
Luckily, now my dogs are hemp heads. I had to go get hemp chewies for them. And idiots, they're not very bright, live out in one corner over there.
They must have been between us because.
No, they were
Oh,
north of me.
See, my cannon's up north. so-
there's somebody right on the corner of our road.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's the
Right
one's
there.
over by me, next to where George Gates used to live, and they are the people that shouldn't have fireworks. And they were firing off the big ones, and I'm like,
I found a bunch on my roof,
There's
of
not a lot we can
remnants
do
on my
about
I don't,
roof.
well, they're illegal for one, because,
depending on how big they are. yeah.
well, they were big. I'm like, I hope,
Yeah,
don't,
they
they
were
don't tip over.
Giant fountains and
Yeah,
I
they're
found
huge.
huge cardboard
They're
on my
mortars.
roof and on my back and I'm like, oh my God.
They were, I was gonna go over and say something, but I was like, nope, better not.
That'll be on Facebook in 2 seconds and
I just couldn't believe it, because I'm
Yeah,
already
'cause by
like,
the time we get there, they're
Yeah.
done.
I just was like shaking my head, going, really? This is awesome.
my
So I had to go to
neighbors.
PetSmart, get hemp for chewies for my dog, so they're doped up for,
Yeah,
So
My
Mark, if
neighbor's
you video
children
it
don't-
with your phone and give that to you as evidence, or, I mean, at least it gives you something to go talk to
Well,
them about.
It's a misdemeanor not committed in our presence, so you would have to be the one to
to
File
go
a
to the
complaint.
prosecutor's office, or we could do a report, send the press, you'd have to be the one to sign the warrant.
What
ones are
illegal?
the ones that leave the ground, according to our ordinance.
Well, the
There's
state law.
The giant
It
fountain.
overrides it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought the state
Our
law-
ordinance hasn't been updated. So
Right.
state
Well-
law
But the state law
supersedes it.
has been updated,
Right,
and so it overrides that.
It
But
seems
don't they
like,
have a time frame that?
There is.
That they're
Yeah.
allowed,
yeah,
There's
from
that.
this date to this date?
well, there's certain times during the day. But the thing of it is, like, I don't know, I guess I'll have to brush up on that. Because it should be, it has to be so many feet away from houses too, I would think.
Which
and I don't know all
shouldn't
that.
be in town because yes.
They're too
They're
close, these
everywhere.
houses, but
I
I'm just
don't even
glad,
like doing it out in the field.
I'm just glad they didn't tip over and hit somebody's house or start someone's house on fire.
come on in,
Crazy.
Yeah.
don't let the mosquitoes in.
Oh.
Yeah, don't let mosquitoes in.
Well, you can kill the mosquitoes.
Hey,
Have a seat.
how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Well, I was telling Junior, that hopefully we'd run into you. So,
Very
anyway,
cool.
he is working on his citizenship in the community merit badge.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
Scouts.
Very cool.
So I said, actually, I know several people that probably are gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly,
Very cool.
we can do that. So,
We got about 10 minutes in between meetings right now.
yeah,
We're just
so we're-
chit
so
chatting.
if he wants to start somewhere, we can start on it.
Yeah,
Do you have a question?
yeah, we got 10 minutes to fill.
You got the whole, book.
Almost,
Part of
but
them, yeah.
most, a quorum.
Like being on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's really nothing I can get to afternoon.
Okay,
You guys
Well,
have
it's
questions?
after the police committee meeting. Does that work?
Concerns of the community.
Yes.
And how can kids help?
we just talked about that.
We
One of
were
them is
just-
fireworks.
Fireworks, yeah, we were just talking about that.
So fireworks, speeding.
Speeding,
I saw the little thing about 25 unless posted otherwise,
Yeah.
and the little flags.
fireworks, shooting them off too close
Young
to other people's
drivers and
houses.
side by sides and quads and.
We just
Long
had the
cards.
whole discussion about it.
Martin Luther King. It's amazing. MLK down Lansing.
Oh, yeah.
kids on motorcycles, go-karts, whatever, just flying down the street. It's like, how come nobody's doing anything about this, especially between Mount Hope and Holmes?
They're probably afraid to go in that neighborhood from everything that's going on.
Well,
A lot of weird things are going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Seems like-
done.
I didn't.
Oh, did you hear that?
So-
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
What's that?
just
she didn't cut it.
Oh, so